All right, good morning, guys. I am going to show you how to create a story in what we call Puppet EDU on your iPad. So on your iPad, you will see a little rabbit that looks like this, and it says Puppet EDU. We're going to click on that icon. And then right here, you see that I have several stories that I've created, but today we're going to create a new story. So we're going to click on Create New. Now, these are pictures that are in my camera. You'll notice over here in this area, you have a map search, you have Library of Congress. We're really going to work mainly in two areas. We're going to look at this Wikipedia Commons and the backgrounds. You can also use your pictures if you want, but I think with your teacher, something that we've talked about is using the backgrounds in the Wikipedia. So let's say backgrounds. If I click on that little friend right there, you have all of these different backgrounds that you can choose from. So let's say for my slide, I want to do kind of spotted background. So I click on that and it drops it over here into this reorder area. So that I have one slide with that. If I wanted two slides with that, could click on it again and that's going to drop it in there. And then let's say I want one with lined paper. I want one. So you can see these have a 1, 2, and 3. Now, let's say I needed some pictures from the internet, some safe pictures. I could go to this Wikipedia Commons. I could type in, I know you're working on vacations. So I could search vacations and it would give me all of these different pictures of vacations. Now I could get really specific like mountain vacations or beach vacations or amusement parks, but let's say we're working from the beach and I wanted this picture right here of the beach. I would just click on it, and maybe I wanted this picture of the beach. I could click on that, and let's say I wanted an amusement park, so I'm going to search amusement park, vacation, search. And now I would have all of these different options. So I might pick a roller coaster and I'll look through, and maybe at like an aquarium and Disney World. So you can see that I have 8, including the slides that I just grabbed some blank slides from the backgrounds area. I have 8 in total slides. So think about it kind of like a PowerPoint. They're a lot like slides. So now you've grabbed everything you want from here. If you wanted to pick some things from your camera roll, you just click camera roll and then you could select things from your camera roll. Maybe you took pictures of some of your paperwork that you've been doing in your classroom. Then I'm going to click this next button once I have all of the things that I need, and it looks like they're still loading some, so I'm going to go ahead and continue. All right, so it's loaded a few of my thumbnails. You can see here's, you only have really 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 areas you have to think about. I'll show you with this area in the top right hand corner. That is where you can add more images, reorder, which means change the order that you have things in. I'll show you what that looks like. So let's say I wanted my football image to be at the front, and I could move it to the front, and I'm just putting my finger on it and dragging it. I want that at the back. So when I'm done, I just click on this next area right down here. So that's the first image. I'm going to go back up here and click on this button one more time. So you have reorder, you have delete a page, so you can get rid of any pages. You can save your draft that you're working on, so make sure to save. It should auto save, but if you delete your puppet, it's going to delete that whole story, so make sure not to do that unless you want to. So the other thing to notice is there's a text area right here. So if I click on that text, I have 3 options. I can change the way it comes in, I can change the font, I can change the color, and that's really, and where it's positioned. So right now, if I click through these, it just says hello. I'm going to change, so if I type right down here, I can type my story. So this is my first page. Let's say I want to change, I'm going to work on how it comes in. Maybe I want it to zoom and spin. I think there's about 6 different options. Now if I want to work on my font, I can click here and go font, and you can see it's going to change it each time to give you a view. And then if I want to change the color, I just tap on the color area. So I'm tapping, you can see it demos for you. And if I want to change the size, right over here of the font, it's going to get smaller and then it will get larger. And then if I want to change the position, if I click on it, it will give me some different positions. So that looks good to me. I'm going to leave that right there and click through. So you have how does it come in, what does the font look like, color, size, and positioning. And that's it. And then you just click. The check mark is always what you do when you say you're finished. Now, the other option, I can add music. So if I want to add music, you won't have anything in iTunes. You can have these options for background music. Some of them, there are 8 of them. You can play them to see what it sounds like. So you can see I added this indie winter breeze. It says, do you want to record your voice too? So that'd be up to you. If you were only making a music, you just wanted your pictures of music, I'm going to put music and voice so that if I wanted to add my voice, I could. So now if I want to add my voice, I'm going to click right here. So the mic is off. When I click the mic on, it's going to look like that, and I click the start button. So you get the mic is off when you do that. Mic is on, and click start. It's counting me down. You can see here that I am recording my story for school. I can click through the slides and continue recording my story, or I can pause by pausing the recording, depending on how you want to do it. You can see the music is playing while I'm recording, and you can see you can click through all your slides and you're done. So I'm going to pause this recording, and then you've got to click the save button. So it's saved. Now I want to go, I don't want to be done just yet, so I'm going to go back. I want to continue where I left off, and I actually want to go back to this little guy. So I'm going to scroll back because maybe I want to add some text to this slide to explain about my presentation. Maybe this is a picture, maybe it's just a slide. So if I click on the text button, I'm going to say my vacation was to the, let me change that, was very exciting. We went to the mountains. So that's very simple. When I'm done, then I just again click this check marks. You could go in and change up the color and the spacing, but I'm just going to click the check mark. I'm going to cancel. I don't want to add a recording title to that, so I'm going to go ahead and cancel. Oh, sorry. Actually, I'm going to check that and go resume. All right, and then we're going to go over here, and I want to add some text to this little guy. So I want to tell him how much my vacation cost. Let's see, $500. And then I could go through and get specific about the cost and type that in there or talk about it with the voiceover. But now I'm going to check to say I'm done. And I'm going to resume. And then on the last slide, you could do some text as well. So just for fun, that was really rough, but I'm going to click Save over here at the bottom in the right-hand corner. So now it's saved, and it's going to say you can do several things with it. I think your teacher's probably going to want you to email this to her. So you would click here, and then you hold the button down in the center. And then if I was sending this to Miss Brown, I would say heather.brown@canadianisd.net. And then I just go over here to hit send. And now it is sent. Now, if you want to look at it, we're going to go, actually we're going to click done. And now you'll see that in my front area of my Puppet EDU. It's right here, so if I want to watch it, I just click on it. I can press play. My story for school. I can click through the slides and continue recording my story, or I can pause by pausing the recording, depending on how you want to do it. You can see the music is playing while I'm recording, and you can see you can click through all your slides and you're done. So I'm going to pause this record. All right, and then we're going to go over here. So that was a really rough draft about how you create a Puppet EDU. So I'm going to show you one more time. You're going to create new. You're going to use these as your slides to upload the things on your left. Make sure, pay attention to, you can also use Flickr Creative Commons. It's a search just like the Wikipedia. So if I searched for cartoon characters, then it's going to load some cartoon characters that I could grab there. But Wikipedia is my preference as far as getting some really good images. And then you have your camera roll and, of course, your backgrounds. That's where you're going to be able to put text on there. So we did that. So if we picked a few of these, and then you click Next, now you can add, if you want to reorder, remember the button up here in the right-hand corner allows you to do all of these things. You can add text and change the way it looks on your slide. You can add music, background music. It plays really low if you include the voiceover. You don't have to add music, you can just add voice. And when you do add voice, it's going to start recording. And until you press pause, it will keep recording. And as you scroll through your screens, it will keep recording. So my suggestion is to create all your slides, and if you're going to want to do a recording throughout the whole thing, then go back to the front and do your voice recording after you've got your slides the way that you want it. And then one last thing I didn't mention, you do have with these pages some icons. It looks like kind of a wand. So you have some different little icons that you can drop onto your screen. So those are some options there. All right. All right. Well, I hope that you guys enjoy creating your Puppet EDUs, and I'm happy to help. If you have any trouble, let me know. Have a great day.